This is All India Radio. The news read by Ashok Ojha. In West Bengal, 6 Congress ministers tendered resignation to the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee in Kolkata this evening. The Congress ministers decided to pull out from the state cabinet after Trinamool Congress withdrew support from the centre. The party will also hand over the letter of withdrawal of support from the government to the Governor M.K. Narayanan this evening. Our Kolkata correspondent Arijit Chakravarti reports that earlier in the day, the Pradesh Congress Committee met in Kolkata to ratify the AICC directive in this regard. The Mamata Banerjee-led government has no threat after withdrawal of support of Congress, as it has the majority. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh met President Pranab Mukherjee this evening to discuss the current political situation. The meeting came in the wake of government's decision on economic front and the withdrawal of support by Trinamool Congress. The Prime Minister says time will prove that the hard decisions were taken in national interest. Dr. Manmohan Singh said the resistance against important economic decisions felt now is not any different than in 1991 when the country unshackled itself from the license Raj. Calling for creating an environment to step up economic growth, he said, this will help provide mass employment and better living opportunities to the people. But the growth should promote inclusive and sustainable development. He was inaugurating an international conference on economic growth in Asia and changes of corporate environment in New Delhi today. The Prime Minister said the Parliament is also working towards fine-tuning the laws of the country to facilitate suitable economic environment and to ensure development and inclusiveness. He disclosed that the government will soon bring the Companies Bill in the Parliament. Addressing the concluding session, the Finance Minister P. Chidambaram asked the legal fraternity to endorse the progressive decisions of the government to provide a stable environment for faster economic growth in the country. The Chief Justice of India, Justice S.H. Kapadia, who spoke on the occasion, stressed on the need for fine-tuning existing laws to promote economic democracy to meet the growing aspirations of the youth. The overall flood situation in Assam remains grim as administration intensified rescue works in Dhemaji district and Sadia. Helicopter services have been pressed into service to rescue marooned people in Sadia of Tinsukia district this evening. National and state disaster response force today rescued around 4,000 flood-affected people in Dhemaji district. 10 relief camps have been set up by administration in Dhemaji. In Sikkim, at least 12 Border Roads Organization personnel killed and other 4 ITBP Jawans are missing due to flash flood and landslides. The incident occurred yesterday at Pegong, about 162 kilometers off Gangtok. The CBI has registered 2 more cases in coal block allocation scam. The investigating agency, after registering the case, is carrying out searches at 7 locations in Nagpur, Chandrapur, Asansol and Purulia. According to the preliminary report, cases have been lodged against 2 companies, Vikas Industries and Grace Industries, in this regard. Further details are awaited. Meanwhile, BJP today demanded CBI probe into all Memorandum of Understanding MOUs signed and coal block allotments recommended by the Naveen Patnaik government in Odisha in the last 10 years. The centre has asked the states to repeal archaic house rent laws. The Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation Minister, Kumari Shailaja, said this will help instill confidence in people in rental housing sector. She also sought private partnership to reduce the gap in demand and supply of housing in urban areas and appealed to private developers to focus on affordable housing sector instead of catering only to the needs of a small section where the demand is limited. She was releasing a report by a technical group on estimating urban housing shortage for the 12th 5-year plan in New Delhi today. The World 2020 match between Sri Lanka and South Africa at Hambantota is about to begin as rain delayed the start of the match, which was scheduled at 3:30 p.m. The match has been reduced to 7 overs a side. Sri Lanka has won the toss and decided to field. There will be 2 over power play and 2 players can bowl 2 overs each, while 3 can bowl 1 over each. The match is expected to be a cracking contest. Already assured of the places in Super 8 stage of the ICC World 2020, both Sri Lanka and South Africa will be eyeing a win to top in Group C. And that's the end of this news bulletin.